Hi, everybody, and happy Sunday. It is the 21st of March, and normally I know what video it is, and it is 41. I just checked. I hope that you guys are all well. My name's Katie Carney, and this is Katie's Stitching, and I'm here to give you guys an update on a little bit of my life and my cross stitching, obviously. This is all natural light because it's spring. Yay. Happy second day of spring. I have two windows in my front, one here, and I had to pull the blind because I couldn't see you. And then I have this one just with the gauzy curtains covering it. So it's so nice that it's sunny. I took like a 4-mile walk yesterday. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to take like a mile walk, and then it was so nice that I just kept going. And then I came home and I was like, oh, I don't want to do anything else. And a couple hours later, Mark showed up and he was like, let's go for a walk. It's so nice out. And I was like, but my feet. But it felt really good to get outside. It was a cold winter. We had a pretty warm winter last year. Last winter we had like some cold snaps where it was -5 degrees, but then it would warm up. And then this year it was wet because of snow. We haven't had that much snow in a couple years, and it was just long. So it feels good to finally get outside. I love to walk. It's like my favorite thing to do. And I'll tell you what, yesterday when I did it's called Lake Scranton. It's where our water comes from, but you can walk around it. And I used to do that a couple times a week, and I had really talked myself into believing I couldn't do it anymore. So I was really, happy yesterday when I was just like, I can do it. And then also when I was fine to then go on another walk last night. It's funny, you can really talk yourself into believing that you can't do it when you really can. But I went to Atlantic City like 10 days ago. I left. And I just didn't have time to record before that. It was a great trip. Our conference is going to be at Harrah's this year, it's actually in the marina in Atlantic City, not in like on the boardwalk, which is great. The last time I was in Atlantic City, the boardwalk was a little so it was really nice. The marina is beautiful. And then Harrah's is huge. The conference center space is like 150,000 square feet. There's thousands of hotel rooms. So once you're there, you really don't have to leave. Atlantic City has New Jersey's still pretty shut down. So you can definitely see that. They're only at I think now they're at 50% capacity. They got word while we were there. But, they have like 10 restaurants and only 3 of them are open. Which made for not great options for eating. A little expensive, but delicious. We went to this Italian restaurant that was... Mark came with me. He was back and forth to Philly a couple times for work. We stopped in Philly on the way home and had a really nice meal. I forget. So these planning trips, they're fun in that you get treated really nicely. Because they're still trying to like impress you, but you work for like 10 or 12 hours a day and it's great. You're visiting wineries, you're touring the conference center, you're seeing what conference is going to be like, but it's definitely a working trip. So when I got home, I slept for a while. There was the time change too, which normally doesn't really, because I go to bed pretty early anyway. This way doesn't really bother me. But I think because of the travel, and then that night I came home, we lost an hour. I was a disaster last week. But yeah, Mark came. We had a great time. Spring has sprung. Work is pretty good. More and more of people in my life are vaccinated, so we're kind of expanding our bubble a little bit. It's still the weirdest thing. It was weird last week in Atlantic City. Whenever you sit down, everybody announces that they're vaccinated, and then like the one person who's not announces that they're not yet. It's like this weird battle cry. I'm vaccinated. It's fine. It's a crazy time to be alive, guys. Anyway, I'm sure that I'll have other things that will come to mind, but for now, let's talk about some stitching. So I do have some FFOs also. Still, this is like my favorite cup, my Consider the Lilies cup, that I got for the A Sparrow Among the Lilies sale. It is like, it's 15 ounces. It's the perfect size. I love this mug. And whenever it comes out of the dishwasher, I use it again the next day. So, and now hopefully it's not precariously perched on my bookshelf. So the first couple FFOs are mine, and then the next couple are FFOs that I'm doing for Jen. I asked her to send me, but I was like, I can make pillows. Like, that's not hard. I'm not going to do anything harder than that because I know where my skill set is and I don't want to mess up somebody else's stitching. But if you send me some stitching, pillows. So she sent me so much fabric, and I've been doing some finishing for her. So anyway, the first couple are mine, and I experimented a little bit. Ooh. So the first one I did was this little leprechaun, and then I know it's really blown out, but this is like it's like a wool kind of, there we go. With the shadow, you can kind of see it. So you can see there's a little bit of design, and then on the back, upside down, because I know I'm that's who I am, is some fun St. Patrick's Day fabric. Also, happy belated St. Patrick's Day, friends. So this is my first one. I love this. I was really proud. I've never done anything like this before. And then I got cocky. And I said I could definitely do that again. And I decided I wanted the next one to go like this. So first, I got a little crazy with the trimming. And I was like running out of fabric to cut. And then I tried to add, this is from the Jane Austen box. So this is Lady Dot Creates lace that was tea-dyed. And then the fabric is this pretty little, I had like a piece like this, and it's got letters on it. It's just the right color. And then the back is, so when it's like in my dough bowl, it doesn't look as bad, but it was not good. And this is ink circles, and it's on 18 count Picture This Plus Ren, I think. And this is 14 count, probably coffee tea dyed that I got from somewhere, called for colors. The pattern is Pinker Pumpkin Quilting. She has a blog and she gives out the best patterns for free, and this is my second that I've done of hers. I highly recommend. This is from her stamp series, and it was super fast. I love him, even if his eyes are kind of freaky. And then I finished, this is the Fat Quarter Shop stitch along that I did. This is on an 18 count Stitch Me fabric. I left this part off, so I've actually been displaying it like this. And then on the back is just, I had a little piece, I don't remember what they're called, like a charm pack piece. And I thought that the cupcakes were very fun. So these were mine. And then I have done 3 of the many that Jen sent me. So first off, the inside padding on these needs played around with, but since I'm going to be stuffing them into a box, I'm going to let her screw around with the fiber fill when she gets it at home. But so obviously she did all the stitching. I don't know the patterns or the fabric, but says Noel, and she had sewn on that little charm. And I just used, this is a wool that she sent me. And then this is Flosstube and Chill. And I loved this red with it. I thought that was really perfect. And then this one she sent me on a whim. It's one of the first projects that she ever did. And it's probably a little big to have been a pillow, but I think it came out so cute. And then I actually had this fabric in stash. It's from Hobby Lobby, and I got it, you know, they do that like remnants for cheap, and I got it then. So I have like a box of her pillows and some project bags. Excuse me for a second. I'm back. That I will eventually, once they're all done, send to her. And then I do have one finish. Hang on one second. Sorry about that. I do have one finish. It is, I don't think I've shown this to you. I started Frost Christmas ornaments. I am doing all 20 of these JBW design Christmas ornaments for her this year. And I just opened it and started with number 1. And it's this. I did not use the called for. I just pulled a DMC that I had out already. So that's the first one, and she seemed to like it. 19 more to go. Actually, it's DMC 304. Still in there. So that is a finish. And then I have an abandoned project to show you. Where did I just put it? It was just here. Oh. My haul fell over. So this was supposed to be He Is Risen, and I just wasn't happy with it. It was just a remnant. Actually, it was what was left of that Lucky fabric. I didn't love the purple. I didn't love the brown. So now I'm looking at it and I don't hate it as much as I did. Maybe I'll pick it back up. I don't know. But so that's that. For now, it is a bust. And I have not really stitched on any smalls since then. I actually started something else. So that, after you've seen my abandoned project, which is a country rustic primitive piece, now that you've seen that, I can move on to my whips. So I didn't think that I had that many or had done that much stitching, and then I pulled it all out and I was like, oh, I guess I do stitch. When I was in Atlantic City for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I didn't stitch at all. Didn't have time. Not surprising. I always bring it, never have time. You leave your hotel room at 7 o'clock in the morning and you don't get back until 9 at night. And then I just take a shower and crawl into bed. Anyway, I finally picked the Shire back up. This is by Country Magic Stitch. I love this piece. It's for my dad. I want to finish it for Father's Day. I was working on this section. Her patterns are broken into 4 pages, and I try to get a page finish. This grass was unpleasant. It was not fun. It took, I thought that, so I technically have been working down, I'll do the Shire last down here. So this part felt like it took months. It was like 2 weeks. But as soon as I finished that page, I moved on to the next one, and it's moving so much faster. So from here and all of this took like 10 days. This is on my whatever the scroll frames that Vonna recommends. I got them and I do like them. Roll a frame. There's a stamp. Anyway, doesn't look bad, particularly if you're far away. And then I finished all this Friday morning. And then Friday night, since Friday night, and it's Sunday at 11 a.m. and I didn't stitch last night, I've done all of this and all of this. So again, it's moving a lot faster. I haven't had any big finishes this year, so I've decided, and because Father's Day is approaching fairly quickly, Father's Day is in, oh, is it in, I don't remember if Father's Day or Mother's Day is in May. Maybe Father's Day is in June. I don't remember, but I need to get this done, so we're going to work on this till it's done. So hopefully when you see this again, it'll be completed. And again, that's for my dad. And so this idea to make it tight, I stole from Vanna. And then I didn't have another one of these, and because it was so close, I ended up just taking a strand of floss and stringing it through, and it was like that, and it's super tight. And then I just tied it, so I'll just untie it, and I'll probably use the same thread again when I have to turn it to put the shire on. And I think that's what I will continue to do with my scroll frames. Also, I need to give you guys a retraction. In my last video, I thanked you all for watching my grandmother's new series of videos. In between hither and thither, she has talked about her mother, and she's currently working on the house. I gave her this book, and I didn't think she filled it out. And she watched my last Flosstube. She's never watched one before, but in an effort to find herself on YouTube, because apparently she thinks a lot of herself, she found my Flosstube, and she was very annoyed. And she said, I did fill this out. And she did. So this is a little book. It's called Grandma, Her Stories, Her Words. And she did fill it all out. And okay, so retraction. Also, that was just her telling me she was coming up, and I said okay, and I forgot that I was filming. Anyway, back to whips. Seafra, I did a retraction. I also worked on Lady of the Flag. At this point, she's so big, I have her in 2 project bags. So first, let's pull the pattern for you. This is Mirabilia's Lady of the Flag. I keep her in a Ziploc bag because she's very expensive and I don't want to ruin her. I am pushing for a finish in the next couple months on this. When I finish the Shire, I will go back to Lady of the Flag. She's a big woman. Kind of like me, except I'm hippier. So since you've seen her last, I did all of this. That flag is beautiful, the shading is stunning, and it took forever. But when it was done, I was like, wow, I really see it now. So next, hang on. So next I'll do this page. And that's a full coverage page, so it will take a little while. But she's getting there. I also figured out, so I went through, I'm using 30 count primitive hair Constitution fabric. And I went through and figured out that I'm off by like three stitches, like 3 pieces of linen, to be exactly centered. So I'm thrilled. I am thrilled that she will be able to be framed. I had never really thought to check because I had been so careful, and then, excuse me, sorry about my face. When I was working on her, I was like, maybe I should check that. And I did, and all is well. Hold, please. My haul keeps falling over, and my house is so shaky because it's old that this video is a mess, and I'm sorry about that. Please don't get sick. Okay. Next. As you may know, every month for the next 21 months, I will be working on a page of Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I am doing a sal with Michelle and Sarah. Michelle is made by Michelle McGraw, both here and on Instagram. And Sarah is Sarah K Stitches on Instagram. The sal is called A Sparrow Among the Lilies sal. And you can do either Consider the Lilies, which I'm doing, and both Michelle and Sarah are doing His Eyes Among the Sparrow. So 1 page a month for me. The other, Michelle, I don't think has picked it up in a while. It's like the year of smalls for her. And Sarah she's awesome. She just works on everything. But me, I like a little bit of, I want to know that someday this giant thing will be done. So this is page 3. So page 3 started, I think right around here, right around the middle of the moth. There it is. And I have decided to leave my initials and the year out, not because I'm going to put 2020 as the year, even though I won't finish it until 2021 at the earliest. I want it to be the year I started it. That's more important to me. It was my 2020 new start. But the called for color for the letters is one of the browns, and my fabric is pretty brown, so I want to use one of the pinks, probably that one, but I don't want to not have enough of that pink for the entire piece, so I'm waiting. And then here's all of it so far. It is beautiful. And I like that I'm only doing a page a month because I don't think I'm getting burned out on it. So that's good. That's Consider the Lilies. She, in 10 days, will come back out for page 4. And then I started and then didn't get a ton of work done on it. My Lenten piece this year, which is the Easter sampler in, there we go, in Leisure Arts. I love the colors. I'm using the called for DMC that a friend sent me and the called for beads, but I am using a Bestitch Me, no I'm not, Color and Cotton July 2020 Fabric Club Requiem. And I will say that the fancy stitches, so these are fancy and these are fancy, not that you can tell, are definitely kind of not slowing me down, but it doesn't make me want to do it. But I love it so far. I think it's beautiful. And I just left it in the hoop because I was going to come back to it and then I didn't. I have one more whip. It's downstairs. I need to go get it, so I'll be right back. Most disorganized Flosstube ever. Okay, so I am doing 2 monthly club stitches. Well, I'm getting them from Dreama at Needlework Corner in Baltimore. Well, the first one is Country Cottage Needleworks, and this is their sampler of the month, and I did start March. I am using DMC unless I happen to have the Color and Cotton. So here's March. They're a mess. My threads are always a mess. But they're very pretty. Very St. Patrick's Day-y. This is a little bag I made. And then I've been working on this when we watch the Great British Bake Off, so it gets about 45 minutes a couple days a week. I am using 16 count Ada. That's like a off-white color that I got at Hobby Lobby. And that's where I am so far. You can't really see, but there are clouds attached to those rainbows. There we go. And then March was supposed to be in white, but I decided to do it in that light green. I wanted it to pop out more. So you repeat this and this and this down here, and I have to finish the house and the flowers, and then I'll be done. So I might give this a little more love than just the 45 minutes one day this week and get it done. It's not hard, and it's not even really, it's not that it's slow, it's just I don't give it any time. So I want to get that done, and then I'm going to start Country Rustic Prim, this spring one. I'd like to get that done soonish since spring started yesterday. So that's my plans for my smalls. Finish the Shire. I want to finish the Shire, literally. And then I will be picking Lady of the Flag back up, probably before I see you guys again. I think I'll finish the Shire before the 1st. Obviously on the 1st I will pull out Consider the Lilies. And then for smalls, I want to finish March of the Country Cottage Needleworks. I want to do a spring so I can get that made into a pillow. And then we'll see where the wind takes us. I have a lot of Christmas ornaments I need to be working on. All right, let's do some haul. So in the cross-stitch groups, people were talking about these craft your own pouches that you could get at Target. So I found them at my Target. I love Target. I bought 5. I have 5 very close. Well, there's 5 of us. My friend Susie, my friend Tara, my friend Bern, my friend Allie, and then me. So I thought I would make that for us, probably for Christmas. We don't really exchange with Allie because she lives in Florida now, but this will be something small. So we'll see. My February fabric of the month, I don't think I showed it to you, came from Bestitch Me. It was Peony, which I love, and Sand Dollar. I do so this is 18 count Ada and this is 32 count Lugana, and I switch. So 1 month, anyway, I get both the crazy color and the basic color, and it switches monthly. I don't know how she keeps it straight. Then The World of Cross Stitch came in. I have not opened it yet. And then it's been so long that another World of Cross Stitch has come in, and I haven't looked at it yet either. Then I went a little crazy with the patterns. My friend Susie cross stitches, but she's not very good about like actually doing it. And I was like, well, you pick a pattern. She really liked the heartstring piece that I got in the Jane Austen box. So I was like, well, pick a pattern on her website. I'll buy it and kit it up for you and we'll start it. So she picked Let Us Be Truly Thankful. It's a series. And she is gonna do, to start with, this one, which is hard to see from my printer. That's the Thanksgiving one. And then I'm probably gonna start with the 4th of July one. So we have that. And then 2 more things. My unicorn chart came, and that is Lavender and Lace. And this is called Firefly Fairies. It is out of print. I bought this on Stash and Load. Rocio found it for me. And this is a girl in the Philippines had this. And I ordered it so fast that I don't think she knew what hit her. And it came, I was a little worried because she keeps posting the same patterns over and over again. And I'm like, how does she have so many? But it came, it's sealed. It looks like all my lavender and lace patterns. So anyway, I love it. I just think it's so pretty. I just love this pattern. So I was really glad to be able to get my hands on it. I don't know when or if I'll stitch it, but I love it. And then Jen, when she sent me a bunch of finishing fabric and some other stuff, she sent me, I'm so excited. She had no idea this is in my Amazon wish list. Women of Grace and Charm, and this is a quilting tribute to the women who served in World War II. There is a cross-stitch pattern in here, which is what she wanted it for, and she knows that I do a little bit of quilting, so she sent it my way, and I was just so excited. It's such a pretty book, and I do love a good historic book, so thank you, Jen. And I guess, you know, I was really, it's that time of year, loud trucks in the neighborhood. I thought I was going to be here forever explaining all the stuff that I had worked on, but it didn't take long today. That's all I've got. So I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you're enjoying spring. I hope you're getting a lot of stitching time. You know, we're coming through it, guys. We're almost to the end. Hopefully we can start getting together soon, and I hope you guys have a great spring and stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!